Hello, Leo. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a relationship spread reading. This reading is timeless, so whenever you're guided to watch it, there may or may not be a message in here for you. So this is going to be your you versus them spread. We're going to take a look at how you view your person, how your person views you. Keep in mind the energies can be swapped around, although my intention is to be speaking directly to you, Leo. I could be speaking to a cross watcher, so swap around the characters to make it fit, and do not cram yourself into a message that's not meant for you. If it's just not your reading, then it's not your reading. Then check your other placements, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. All right, this is also for any major Leo placement, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So let's jump in, Leo. And we're going to start off with the Illumination Oracle deck. We're going to see how you're viewing your person. I think there's some emotional vulnerability here, to be honest. And somebody definitely is a guiding light for the other. I think maybe this is a higher level of commitment that you're desiring with your person, but there's a need to kind of get a grip and take control of a situation. So let's jump in, Leo, and see how you're viewing your person. How is Leo viewing their person? Fear, receiving a message, vacation. I think you view your person as being mentally checked out right now. I think your person's afraid of this connection. I think they're afraid of sending you a message. They're afraid of talking to you, and I just feel like they're checked out. We get the vacation, the receiving a message, and the fear, and then on the bottom of the deck we do have substances. So I think your person's been masking some addictive behaviors from you. I think you know there's something going on there behind the scenes, some negative people, places, or substances that have been affecting your person's life. And I just feel like you're looking at this person as being checked out. There's no communication, I think. It's been bottled up. There's some bottled up emotions here stemming around some fear. So, and I think because this is a deep past life connection, I think you know your person's been hiding the truth, wearing a mask, afraid to step into their authentic truth, and maybe masking the intensity of this connection through substance abuses of some sort, drinking or drugs. But let's see how your person is viewing you, Leo. Passionate romance, regret, embrace change, bottom of the deck, hurt. I think your person knows that you've got a lot of passionate romance towards them. And I think your person knows that there's some regrets here when it comes to some past energies. I think you've embraced a lot of change. I think you've healed a lot of hurt on your heart when it comes to this soulmate connection. And I kind of feel your person has some regrets. And, you know, maybe they're not willing to come forward and apologize right now. But there's definitely a soulmate connection here. And I think your person is viewing you as you've embraced change, you moved on, you've closed out a cycle, and you slammed the door on the past. I think, you know, what's that saying I'm hearing? If I had to heal from you, I'm definitely not letting you back in my life. And that's kind of the energies coming through with these two cards. I had to heal from you, and I've slammed the door on the past. I've embraced change, and I've closed this out. I've made peace with this, and I think you've definitely left quite an impression on this person. And they're sitting in some pride and some ego, learning a very painful lesson, maybe about apologizing. Maybe this person up and left you and they've never apologized. Maybe they've never, ever told you the truth. I think they've likely kept you in the dark because they've been in the dark too. And maybe this has been a connection and separation for a while. But I feel there's been some betrayal below the surface when it comes to some regret and wanting to erase some past mistakes. And maybe your person has been very dismissive. And you took this ending and you fueled your passions into embracing change and healing from this hurt, closing out a cycle. And there's definitely some regret here. So let's go a little bit deeper, Leo, and see what else needs to come through with the wisdom of the Oracle deck. Yeah, there was definitely a major tower. Maybe your person was chasing after every glittery thing, every next new hot commodity, and they maybe went running so fast away from you because of the intensity. There was definitely a breakdown because I think one or both of you were wearing a mask, and this breakdown kind of had to come together in order to embrace these changes is what I'm feeling. So let's see what needs to come through on your end first, Leo. Peace, flexible, by the book. So it is this feeling of there's still a big elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. There's still, you're still questioning why, even though I think you've kind of embraced change and healed from this hurt and closed the door in the past, there's still maybe another conversation that needs to be had because there's this big elephant in the room that's never really been addressed when it comes to closure. I kind of feel maybe a ghosting scenario, but I think you're kind of just sitting in some peace. I think you've been really flexible on the journey, working with these energies closely, and you kind of want to close the book on the past. I think you would like that resolution and maybe that finality, that closure that maybe you never got from this person. I think it's been a dry desert for quite some time, and maybe there's been children in the mix. That's not going to be for everybody, but I think you found peace in your life, and maybe you've created closure for yourself. And when it comes to your person, maybe it was an entire social structure that kept them stuck. Maybe it was their tribe they were hanging around with that has kept them stuck. But I kind of feel your person is going through a rebirth, a regeneration, a revival of some sort, because divine time says now is the time for this regeneration and maybe to close the book on the past. So I feel a lot of higher frequency ascension energies between the two of you. And maybe this is part of your service-based mission. Chop wood, carry water. Before we have an awakening, that's what we do. We chop wood, we carry water. And after we have an awakening, that's what we do in those higher frequencies. So cleaning up some past baggage. And I do believe there's going to be an exchange, and definitely cleaning up some past baggage. This is likely a connection linked to your purpose, your mission. And maybe your person has to release a whole social gang in order to come forward. Maybe they're connected to, a bunch of people that drink all the time and low vibration energy. There's definitely something needed to come back and be addressed that's never been addressed when it comes to some karmic baggage. And maybe your person is getting ready to take the lead of their life, because I don't think that they fully stepped into this new higher energy with you. I feel you stepped into this new vibrant way of life. You've embraced change. You've got passion for life again. You've healed from this hurt. And your person hasn't fully stepped out of the shadows yet, out of the dark night of the soul. And they know they need to leave something behind if they are to come forward, because it does feel like home. I think you feel like home to your person. And like I said, I think they're just mentally and physically checked out right now. So let's dig in with some tarot and see what needs to come through a little bit deeper. That's interesting. I split the deck and that card was the wrong way. So yeah, there was definitely a problem when it comes to equal giving and receiving. I don't think there's been a lot of communication, Taurus, Libra energy. I think there is a need to rebalance. Maybe you were dealing with somebody that put all of their time and energy into everything but this relationship, and it created a major imbalance. So that's a message. But let's see how you're viewing your person with the tarot. And my cat Panther wanted to make an appearance, apparently, because we're talking about Leos, the sign of the cats. So let's dig in a little bit deeper. The Hanged Man, the Palace of Cups, the Ten of Wands. So you've definitely spent a long time going within, learning this lesson, shifting perspectives. There's definitely a lot of love here. I do think this person broke your heart, and it definitely created a higher heart activation, Leo. Could be dealing with a Pisces or a Sag. Doesn't have to be. Or another Leo. My cat's going to come back and mess up the reading, and he's a big boy. So there was a lot of truth that had to kind of be sorted through when it comes to this connection, and there was a lot of love here. And I do feel you feel that this is your person, but I think there's been this, suspension of energies when it comes to shifting perspective. And I do feel you've reached a level of peace, and you're done self-sacrificing. You see clearly beyond this illusion, and you're finally ready to lay down this burden. You know it's time to learn this lesson, and this person definitely got you in the heart, like the archer. And there will be victory here and expansion. So maybe this was part of a heart expansion and a mind expansion that the two of you have been integrating and working through. Because, yeah, I do think your person has a lot of love for you, but in the past, I don't think they were ready for commitment. They weren't ready for commitment. There was love and there was passion, but they were acting very immature, and they were hiding secrets. They were hiding things from you. So there is a need to be completely authentic with one another. I do feel this was a connection that took you to rock bottom in order for you to embrace some major life changes. And I don't think this person has ever left your heart, Leo. So I do feel this has been a long time coming, this rebalancing. On your person's end, we get the Strength, the Eight of Coins, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, they're trying to gather up their strength to come forward for a reconciliation. They definitely know that you're their person too. There's a lot of love here, and maybe you've known this person all the way back to childhood, from grade school or high school. Maybe it's been that long, and your person's definitely been in the depth of the underworld, illuminating all of these negative childhood patterns that have kept them stuck in this low vibration. They're laser focused. They see clearly what it is they need to do to put the work into this situation. And maybe your person's been just focusing on work in order to mask the pain on their heart. And they've been playing into a lot of pride and a lot of ego, focused on money, money, money. But I don't think they're sleeping well at night. I think they're likely having nightmares. They're being haunted by this past betrayal that they put you through, because they know this could have led to an ultimate legacy, a foundation with a lot of abundance. But there's some underlying pain. You both got really hurt in this situation, and maybe there's going to be a chance to do something over. I think your person's trying to find their strength to come forward with an invite, an offer. Can we start over? Hey, you know, I'm really sorry I hurt you. I'm so sorry I haven't, you know, communicated with you in such a long time. Can we maybe start over? I know it's going to take a lot of work, but I really want to heal this, because I do think we can work well together. I think we could work really well together. So I do think maybe your person is getting ready to take that first step towards you, because they've not been sleeping. They've been losing sleep. Maybe they've got, you know, stability in their life, but their heart is feeling emotionally bankrupt, and they're going through this rebirth energy, and it will likely lead to a legacy for the future. You very well could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Virgo, an Earth sign, some Mars energy coming through. But I feel this was a major lesson in reciprocity and equal giving and receiving, and I don't think you had that the first time around. So let's get a couple last messages. We're going to use the Quantum Oracle deck. We're going to get a few more cards on your side as well as your person's side to see maybe what your present doubts and fears are when it comes to this connection. What is Leo's present doubts and fears when it comes to this connection? Family, discovery, joyous fun. You know that this is the person you want to have a family with, and maybe the two of you will have to blend a family. Maybe you both have children from previous relationships, but I think you fear your person is going to discover this too late. You know that this is your person, and they make you feel alive. They make you feel passionate about life. They restore this joyous fun, and they've definitely mirror reflected back to you your self-worth. And this was a journey of true love, self-love, and you know this is true love, but you fear that your person is not going to make that discovery, perhaps, because I think you see your person is living in this victim mentality. Whoa, poor, pitiful me. I can't cut these chains, and they're going through a period of grieving because they've not been living a life of integrity. And there is a major cycle kind of winding to a close here, because I think you've mastered self-love, inner peace, inner alchemy, and now your person is kind of being asked to embrace these changes too, Leo. So let's see what your person's doubts and fears are. Oh my gosh, they fear releasing a status quo foundation. Maybe they're in a false foundation, in a karmic contract, and they've been playing into this consciousness of lack. I don't really see another person over here, but they definitely got a lot of money in the bank, but they ain't got no love in their life. And I think they're taking a long, hard look in the mirror to figure out what it is they need to do to break free from this negative repetitive cycle. Your person's going through a major shift in consciousness, releasing this victim mentality, and I do believe they're working with the ascended masters and quite possibly tapping into some higher frequency ascension energies. So I feel your person is ascending a lot of karma at the moment in order to fully step into the pathway of integrity, truth, accountability, as this cycle kind of winds to a close. And I think, you know, your person fears releasing a social group of some sort. Maybe they're afraid of embracing these new supportive connections that maybe you already called in, already called in. And maybe your person needs some professional assistance if they're dealing with addictions. Maybe they need to go to rehab. Maybe they need to seek an addiction counselor of some sort, and maybe they're afraid of that coming out and being exposed. So let's see what needs to come through with the Crystal Stone deck. We're going to get one energy on your side, Leo. This is feeling very intense, but there is going to be a shift, because there is a major karmic cycle closing down on your person's side, winding to an end, and this victim mentality is being released, because I think a light switch has come on, like the light bulb has been turned on in your person's mind, and you are just being asked to keep growing from your heart space, to know your worth, to know your value. And I think maybe it's time for forgiveness. I think this person hurt you the most out of anybody you've ever encountered in this human existence. And you really did lose yourself. And maybe you were a doormat to this person because of how much love you had for them. But you've stepped into being an evolved being. You've gone on that search. You've figured out how to heal your inner child when it comes to this pain, and you've opened up your heart. You have so much love for your person, and I think maybe you've spent a lot of time crying over this ending, and maybe you've spent many nights feeling like you want to give up on love again. But you're getting the green light to go, ahead, because there's channels of love opening up between the two of you. And I think your person is kind of, you know, taking a step back. They've definitely been playing into being a workaholic, I feel. And they've been playing into all of these cerebral influences in the mind space, keeping them stuck, keeping them perpetually frazzled, Leo. And they're freaking out. They don't even know what to say. I think you've been put on red, on do not disturb on their phone for a very long time. Blocks, maybe. Maybe this person blocked you, and it created all kinds of drama, all kinds of chaos and conflict, and your person is getting ready to release the drama because they've had a light bulb moment, and they're embracing this elevated thought process, I feel, with the vast universe energy, and their daily grind for money just isn't cutting it anymore. So I feel your person's being diverted back onto your path, because there's been an epiphany of some sort when it comes to bring balance into this situation. So get ready. I think this both created a heavy heart energy in both of your lives. There is a very high vibe connection here. And I think it was a major disappointment when the two of you went your separate ways. And maybe you've both been beating yourself up over it. But I think you've healed, and now your person wants to come forward for that sense of belonging again. I think they felt like home to you, and you vice versa. So somebody's getting ready to let love rule is kind of what I feel, and to come forward with an offer. But let's get 3 last cards, one on your end, one on your person's end, and an overall future of the relationship. So on Leo's end, Ace of Ariel. On their person's end, the Lovers. I don't think this quite clear yet. The future of this relationship is unclear. But there will be an opportunity to improve some distorted communication between the two of you. I think somebody needs to face their fears. Fear is a block. And your person does have to make a choice between two people. I think they're in a status quo foundation, and they're getting ready to make a choice from the heart, because there is a deep emotional connection here, and there is a lot of love here. And I feel you're stepping into a brand new beginning, maybe a new job, a career change. But I think you've got a lot of resources coming in when it comes to this new beginning, and your person is preparing to make a choice. They've definitely gotten a wake-up call and epiphany, and they're coming into all of this knowledge of what's really been hindering their progress and their growth. So get ready to receive a message to clear up any communication problems from the past, Leo. And that's what I got for you, for your you versus them reading. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, Leo. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.